You want me to call it? All right, if we could get everyone settled down, we'll get this meeting started. The former secretary of the committee, Representative Patty Bentley, said that we could start now that she had arrived. So if we'll settle in. We have 3 items on the agenda that we hope to get to all 3 this morning. We do have a hard stop at 8:55 to enable members to get to the Rules Committee meeting across the street. So with that, I will call the meeting of the Higher Education Committee of the Georgia House of Representatives to order this morning. We have 3 items listed on the agenda, 2 items that are ripe for action. The first item we're going to take up this morning is House Bill 380. House Bill 380. Chairman Wiedauer, you want to tell us about your proposition, LC 365535S?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, committee. Yes, we're looking at LC 365535S. Makes a couple of quick changes. If you look at page 18, lines 447 through 453, what this does is it creates a difference between the tethered and untethered licensing fees. It increases the tethered from $1 million to $1.5 million. It decreases the untethered from $1 million down to $750,000. If you turn to page 19, on lines 471 to 472, this is just some cleanup language regarding which fees are due when a license holder renews their license. If you'll then flip to page 25, these P's in the microphone are getting me here. Page 125, if you'll look at line 615, the privilege tax is changed from 20 to 25%. And then on lines 618 to 621, you'll see we've added some language. There was, the way it was written previously, it kind of looked like if a tethered license did not partner with an online sports betting service, that they might not have to pay this tax. This just cleans that up. That's it. I'll stand for any questions.
Thank you, Chairman Wiedauer. We've had this before us twice. Minimal changes this morning, so we are in a position to take action. Are there any questions of the author before we move for the committee's pleasure on House Bill 380? Any questions? Number 16.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm looking feverishly. I hadn't found it yet. I just looked at this particular version this morning. Do we still have the limitation on the number of licenses, 16 or so?
Yes.
Thank you.
Further questions? Further questions? If not, what's the pleasure of the committee on House Bill 380, LC 3655-35S? I have a motion that this item do pass. Is there a second? I have multiple seconds. Any discussion? Discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed, no. Item moves forward to the Rules Committee with due pass recommendation, LC 5535S, House Bill 380. Yep, yes, ma'am. Okay, I have a question of a count of the vote. We will do that this time. If I, when I sound your name, President, if you would, right. Representative Scoggins. Aye. Barrett. Barnes. Bentley. Yes. Bernal. No. Carpenter. Yep. Clark. Dempsey. Dickey. Yes. Dubnik. No. Earhart.
Yes.
Fleming.
Yes.
Glaze. Representative Glaze. Holland.
Yes.
Sorry, I got that out of order. Didn't skip you. Representative Holcomb. Yes. My finger went down the list too fast. Representative Jackson. Representative Jaspers. No. Representative Kelly. Yes. Representative Knight. Mathiak.
Yes.
Representative Park.
Yes.
Representative Perkle.
No.
Representative Washburn.
Yes.
Representative Wiedauer. Count of the items, 16 yeas, 4 noes. The item, as previously stated, moves forward to rules. LC 3655-35S, House Bill 380. Moving on in the agenda this afternoon, I guess it's morning. I'm used to meeting in the afternoon. House Bill 163. House Bill 163. Is the governor's floor leader here? I know he was going to be. He had multiple places to be this morning, and I explained that we would help him with that. I can present the measure, but I'm going to ask President Riley if you would come up, since I hold the chair at this point, if you could tell us just about the changes in 163, and we'll see if the committee is ready to act on that measure.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, members of the committee. House Bill 163 has been changed to move to Title 20 to be administered by the Georgia Student Finance Commission. And another change is on LC 500547S for a maximum student loan repayment of $120,000 for eligible medical examiners at the Georgia Bureau of Investigation.
And with the exception of moving it to Title 20, the language has been previously heard multiple times before this committee is the same. There may be a word different to refer, pardon me, to refer to the student finance because it's in Title 20. But this is the same language of operation with a single change on line 52. The maximum is 120,000 instead of 100,000. Are there questions? Number 8, Representative Bentley.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I really don't have a question, just ready to make a motion to do pass, because this is extremely important to my industry and families across this state. So we really need this bill to move on.
I'll come right back to you if there's no further questions. Are there any questions on House Bill 163? Any questions? The governor's floor leader has arrived. Do you wish to? We're about to pass your bill. I'll let you talk to it if you wish.
I just want to thank you for all your hard work. And usually my wife, when I ask for something, I get less. I want to thank you for more.
Man is wise beyond his years. I have no further questions. Representative Bentley, you're recognized for a motion.
Motion that we do pass House Bill what is it again?
163.
163. I don't have my glasses on. 163.
I have a motion. This
Thank you.
do pass. Is there? So I have a motion and a second that this do pass. House Bill 163, LC 500547S. Is there discussion? Discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion, all those in favor say aye. Any opposed, no? We did. We had multiple seconds. We move this forward to rules, make sure we get a form to fill out. Okay, we are now going to, we still have we're still limited on time, but I'll ask those that don't have other commitments. Chairman Jaspers, can you tell us about your proposition, HB 392? We've seen this before, but if you can tell us about that. Chairman Jaspers.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just real quickly, House Bill 392 is the Georgia Endowment for Teaching Professionals. It's a bill we saw last year, helping the Metro Chamber, who is very interested in this bill, because as we all know, they're very interested in higher education and workforce and all good stuff like that. You know, we passed this bill last year, 157-4, and ran out of time, like so many that we've heard of in the Senate. And the Senate made no changes to the bill. It's purely a workforce bill that will allow for a supplemental salary for teachers in classrooms where the teacher pay is dramatically different in the private sector. And you need to think about things like nursing, CDL, cybersecurity. In my hometown, auto body. They could not hire an auto body teacher at the tech school because of the price, the salary difference. It only applies to our technical schools, college system. It's funded by industry. If you look through the bill, you'll see that there's an advisory committee and a board, and their role is really to raise money so these funds can be distributed. It has oversight from the governor's office and the legislature, and the board appointees are appointed by the governor, lieutenant governor, and of course the speaker. The industry has an advisory role, and also, like I said, a fundraising. And it really provides a structured way for companies throughout our state to invest in our technical college system in a way that will directly benefit students and pathways and certification programs. And that's what the bill does, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Are there questions of Chairman Jaspers on the measure? Any questions? No. Representative Bernal.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just have one question. I know some people that work at some of the technical colleges, and they are unable to have certain classes because they don't have anybody to teach them. So is the business community willing to let some of their employees be teachers in these fields that are difficult?
I'm sure they are, but I think they'll need to be paid. Excuse me. But this will allow a teacher, just like we said, that may be in a high demand career, like all the ones I described, an industry to be able to donate money to this foundation, then to come back to them so that they can hire that person and teach whatever's needed in your area.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. To my friend, Chairman Jaspers, will these funds be restricted to just teachers, or would it be used for administrators also?
I hope. It's only teachers. I would be
You
very
hope.
much. I would not be for it if it were for administration. But yes, sir, I believe teachers only. I'd have to look, Chairman Dickey, just to make sure.
Thank
But
you.
I'm pretty sure it's only educators.
Chairman Dickey, and I'm sure we can work on that. This is our first hearing. We're going to have it back, but we'll look at that. Yes, sir. Number 3 is that Representative Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Last year when we talked about this, I raised the issue of are we going to try and involve our unions? As you know, they have training programs, apprenticeship programs. So are anything being considered to allow some of them that are competent in their skills and they can really help us in something like this?
I don't, yes, ma'am, I don't understand your question.
Well, my question is, if you're talking about someone going as an electrician or whatever the job may be, and these services are also provided by unions, and they have people that can instruct, that is what I'm talking about.
Sure, I believe that they would want to be hired by a technical school. This would enable them to be hired, and with this program, be able to increase their pay as it's just due. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you.
to follow up on that, I think part of the problem that Chairman Jasper is trying to address here is some of the people may actually lose money coming out of the trades to teach. They can make more money actually doing the work than they can teaching people to do the work. This would allow supplemental salary to get that expertise in the classroom, right, Chairman Jasper?
Yes, sir.
Number 4, Minority Whip, Representative Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So just to kind of walk through this, endowments that a private corporation would donate would be tax exempt, is that correct?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Would that company have any discretion as to where those funds go, or once it's sent to TCSD, would it be up to their discretion?
From the way I read the bill, the advisory committee or the board of trustees will determine where the money goes to.
Thank you.
Additional questions for the gentleman? Again, this first hearing on this bill. We'll work on answers to the questions that we've gotten and have it back as time allows. Further questions? Hearing none, I think, thank you, Chairman Jaspers, and we'll look at that with you, and we'll get you back up here as quick as you can. I know we want to give this an opportunity to get through before crossover day. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no further items before the committee this morning. If there's no further comments, if there's no objection, we'll stand adjourned without objection. I see no objection. We are adjourned.